Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. EA has leaked the return of daily tournaments to FC25 coming as soon as today. Guys, there was a message in game yesterday that told us we are getting daily tournament style content for this week of the Shapeshifters promo, including the Path to Glory stuff as well as a part of it. We're going to talk about that, even though it's not technically called a tournament. That is the concept. It's quite interesting considering the timing as well, as we have a leaks for FC26 for the exact same sort of thing. EA also confirmed one of our leaked SBCs that's going to be coming maybe as soon as today as well instead of this promo, and today the 84 times 10 expires. So what's going to replace it? We're going to talk about all those daily tournaments today, go over all the content that was just released, and look a little bit to the market where prices are moving crazy as always. If you're excited to get into it, drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Let's get into things by looking over yesterday's content on a promo Friday. Firstly, going into objectives, where I forgot to talk about this. Probably the biggest thing heading into a promo Friday yesterday was the Season 8 weekly play completionist being able to be completed with the fourth and final week of a Shapeshifters Team 3 pack and the big 94 times 5 pack. I actually claimed this just a bit ago. I'm going to be opening it a little bit later on in the video, so stick around if you do want to see that. Just full disclosure, these packs have not looked great. The ones that we opened on stream, the ones that we've seen on Twitter as well, sure, you hit a gem here or there, but most of them are not very good. I think it maybe needed to be a 95 plus or something like that to be a little bit better. Man, I really think, thinking back through all the weekly play packs that we have had, the first one or two that we had back then, that was like during what? Like there was Future Stars cards from that one. Foot birthdays. Those are like the best ones. And now it just kind of seems like each time we get to the end and get the big pack for one of these weekly plays, just doesn't quite hit the same. But it's still nice to have because it's something you kind of just get done without even trying too hard, just playing a few games in a couple different game modes each week anyway. Now, for the rest of the new objective content, we got a brand new daily play games, which is nice to see as always, with some, solid packs for the completionist objective there. And we have a new UEFA Women's Euro Sharita Spitze card for the Netherlands. She's going to be one of the live cards representing the Netherlands in this tournament, and pretty easy to get done. We're going to talk about, because I really don't have a whole lot of idea around which of the women's teams are going to be good. Obviously, you think about Spain, you think about England. They were the reigning champions of the Women's Euros. We're going to take a look at some odds today, just kind of a way to formulate your mind around these live Path to Glory cards with upgrades on the line. Which ones of them as SBCs and objectives are going to be worth doing, but then again as well, which ones from the market could end up being good investments. We're going to talk about that a little bit in today's video as well. So that was the objective content, but let's go to evolutions, where we were hoping for a big surprise. We did not get it. The two Evos that we had leaked going into content yesterday are the two that we ended up getting. And guys, once again, this is a good Evo. We're talking about it on stream. It's a good Evo, except for it doesn't get 4 playstyle pluses. Like, I look at the stats, I see 96 pass, 94 shooting, and 95 dribble. Those are solid stats. Maybe you'd want the pace to be a little bit higher and maybe the defense and physical, but the whole point of this Evo is to take a center mid and move them to center attacking mid. And the passing stat, shooting stat, and dribbling stat, those are very important, and those are needing to be boosted for sure. But the 4th playstyle plus, once again, when we're getting SBCs even that have 4 playstyle pluses, it just makes these Evos feel like they're starting to lag behind once again. And it's kind of annoying to keep sitting here and saying, man, we need an Evo that gives 4 playstyle pluses for 150,000 coins, the cards that now you can buy on the market too for that price. Some of them are looking as good as these cards you can create from this Evo. So I don't hate the Evo. It gives Tiki Taka, it gives Pinged, it gives Low Driven, and it does have some pretty high stat limits, as we mentioned. It gives some other base playstyles as well, like Relentless. The base of the playstyles that it gives is a plus as well. So you get base Pinged and base Tiki Taka if you already have 3 playstyle pluses, and the center attack in mid position. So there are some good things about it, but maybe just wait on that one or find a card that looks good in it and then add a playstyle plus at the end of that Evo chain there. This Yaya Toure is probably one of the best cards that comes out of this Evo, but then again, you're going to want to add probably like a long ball pass plus from the season pass, or maybe even a jockey plus if you want to use him more as a CDM, which you probably are anyway. That would make that card look pretty good. So if you did that Yaya for birthday, he's one of the best looking cards from that evolution there. Now that was the paid Evo. That was the better one of the two. The free one is the other Evo that was leaked. It gives Power Shot first, it gives Pinged Pass second, and it gives Trivela plus third, And, you know, some of the stats in here, not that great. It does boost up the shooting stats pretty high. You saw there, right? Like up to 97 attack positioning, which is cool. Takes this good stuff up to 94 shooting. But again, maxes you out at 3 playstyle pluses, takes your card to a 95 overall as well, which is pretty high. Gives a little bit of a passing boost, a little bit of a dribbling boost. But hey, for an Evo like this being free, even I'm not super interested in it, even though it is free. So maybe find a card that you like, maybe that already has 3 playstyle pluses, because Power Shot Plus, I mean, there's a reason EA has not been putting that into too many evolutions for a while. I mean, that was hype during like October and November before they patched it earlier in this year's game. But Power Shot is regarded as probably one of the worst playstyle pluses now in the game for shooting in that part of the pitch. So that was there yesterday. Evo's really lagging behind right now. We got to see those pick back up. SBCs, it was a mixed bag. It was nice to have the exchangers be refreshed. The squad shifter SBCs, they're exactly the same. Nothing changed with them. The requirements, the packs, everything exactly the same. My question now is, why do these have to expire in 6 days? Like, why not EA? If you're going to just keep refreshing these, just put these out for a whole month or however long they need to be out instead of just having them refresh every week. I don't know the answer to why that's taking place, but it is what it is. The fun thing now is that there's a new SBC to craft into if you're doing those exchange packs, trying to hit cards from the new promo team. Since there's 2 promo teams in packs, a little bit of extra juice potentially there. I would not say the pack weight's better. We'll talk about that when we look at the card prices in a second. But this is a fun one to craft. It's not amazing. It's a gamble. Just like the 1 of 10 historical player pick is, this one is for team of the seasons only. A 1 of 5 player pick, TOTS rated 92 or higher. I opened this a couple times yesterday, hit a 95 rated Trinity Rodden, which was cool, and then another 94 or 95 rated fodder card in the next one. Yeah, there's a chance that you could get all 92s. We had one of those actually yesterday while opening these, but it's not that difficult to complete. I mean, you need 5 87s, you need 5 88s, which is just enough to be slightly annoying, but it's very doable. If you're doing the exchange grind, you're going to be able to save up those 87s and 88s and get this player pick opened. Try it a couple times. It's unlimited repeatable for the next 6 days. If you're trying to chase a TOTS card that could maybe fit into an Evo soon or already fits into an evolution, this could be a way to get them. Or just, again, a new fun SBC to try out at this stage of the game. So it's not bad. It did make 87s and 88s move like crazy on the market. Right away when we saw that yesterday in SBCs, we were saying, like, get on the market. Those 87s and 88s are definitely going to move because that's the thing. EA is still requiring these specific ratings of cards, even though they like lowered the price ranges on this fodder, which is pretty crazy. But take a look at 88s from 5,000 coins up to 7.5 or really 8,000 coins is where they have been. Most of the 88s are right around 8K. Those cards are probably going to stay inflated until we get to squad battle rewards tomorrow, unless there's some sort of tradable pack that comes out today on Saturday, and then maybe tomorrow on Sunday as well when the Encore Icon pick goes away and then comes back. We saw this last week. Fodder dropped on Sunday because of all the tradable packs inside of these segments here. If that happens again, if there's a lot of tradable packs, if it's still a number of segments, but still a decent player pick, maybe they add Shapeshifters Team 2 to it, you could see fodder dip a little bit tomorrow. So today, though, these cards will be very easy. If you just want to sit on the market, buy some of them on bid and snipe them and then list them up for where they're at, they're going to be very easy to trade with because they're going to stay pretty inflated in price. I don't know how much further they're going to go up, but they could rise a little bit more. I just think that'd be a good place to trade as they already are inflated. So that was the first player pick we had yesterday. The second one is the 86 plus 2 of 3. I like this, and also I missed the 87 plus because the 87 plus just, it gave really good pulls. But the 86 plus 2 of 3, again, allows you to take 2 of the cards back. So basically, anytime you do this player pick, you're taking home 1/2 of an exchange basically, because most of the time you're getting 2 86s or you're getting an 88 and an 86. So you're getting cards that can go into the exchange SBCs at the very least. And of course, there's the chance at packing the promos there. So that was the SBC content in terms of like the upgrade packs. The player SBCs, man, it was as leaked. The Jonathan David card has dropped. And I just think here, man, 4 playstyle pluses. Like, he's getting 4 playstyle pluses, but the Evos are not. That's what's confusing me. But it's a center back Jonathan David, right back in CDM alternate positions. Maybe he's best used at right back. But when you look at the play styles, they look good. You look at the stats, they look okay, except for passing and dribbling. I don't think I'd want to use this guy at CDM with those passing and dribbling stats. But I don't know, man. This is just not a meta card. It's a fun card if you're Canadian, if you want a League One item, if you're a Leo fan, sure, get it done, have some fun with it. But Jonathan David, we want the sunglasses dynamic from last year of him's arms folded with this. That was a crazy dynamic. I'll never forget that one from his Tots card last year. But that's what I'm looking for a Jay David card, a guy who's going to be scoring goals. This one is coming in at 190,000 coins, which for the 4 squads feels a little bit pricey to me as well. A 92 rated squad in here. So that one feels a little bit of a bummer from EA, will be completely honest. Now, this player SBC, the live Malard card, Malard, I don't know why I said her name that way, Melvin Malard. Probably butchering that too. Let me know in the comments. But this is a great card, and it's because it's live, in my opinion. Sure, she's only 4-star, 5-star, but when you're doing this SBC, it's for the upgrades that are almost guaranteed. Not quite guaranteed with the France women's national team, but they are at least in the top 5 of the nations ranked to win the Euros. This SBC is very cheap as well. She's got great playstyles and playstyle pluses. Got the low driven base, got the finesse pinged, got the quick step and the press proven. She can play striker, left wing, and left mid. And again, it's only 3 squads, 87, 88, and 89, which is crazy because that seems a little bit high for squad ratings. But that's only 79,000 coins of value. I think that's a dub. I'm going to be crafting her card. And just to kind of talk about the women's Euros for a second, sorry for the flashbang of the non-dark mode page here, but for the odds to win the women's Euros, France are third at 16.7%. They're tied with Germany at 1-5 odds. Spain is the favorite, England second, France, Germany, and then Sweden and the Netherlands. So that's just kind of, betting odds. I'm not a big betting guy. I'm not advertising that at all, but they're usually a good way to get an idea of who's favored in tournaments like this, and then potentially investing in this game or doing an SBC, investing your fodder, I guess it would be then, into a player or your time into an objective card to get them into your club for potential upgrades there. So again, Spain, obviously we think about them as favorites. Think about all the women's Barcelona players that play for Spain. Obviously, they're going to be favorites there. England, they won it last time around. France, Germany, Sweden, the Netherlands. And then a lot of people have talked about Switzerland and Norway as kind of like, not dark horses, but potential nations that could do pretty good. Once again, there's a nice little graphic here in game of how the Malard card could look actually if France do go all the way and win. She'll go to a 99 rated card. The interesting thing is on this in-game graphic, her in-game stats don't upgrade. They stay the exact same. Obviously, if she gets a +1, she's going to go up in stats to 97 pace, 95 shooting, yada, yada, yada. And then if they do qualify for the finals, she'll get a 5th playstyle plus. Is that true? No, actually for the semifinals, she'll get a 5th playstyle plus. So that seems possible, I think, for her. And she'd be 5-star, 5-star at that point, and that would only be about 3 weeks away. I think the tournament starts here next week, and then it goes pretty fast. So that's one thing to kind of mention with these women's PTG cards as well. This is the first team of cards that is coming to packs. I don't know if you guys noticed that. And as we get into talk about these cards that are in the market and on the market, we got to think about investing in these cards too because they have live and upgrading potential and they're really cheap. Now, the pack weight I wouldn't say is good for these PTG cards, but if you take a look at their prices on the market, I know, it's the end game, everything is cheap, but this Rolfo card is 260K. She was actually 230. She's going up a little bit right now. That is a insane card for 230,000 coins and the potential to go to a 99 rated if Sweden do win. Pretty easy potential, I think, to go up to a 97. Yeah, like that. Even if that card doesn't get any upgrades, that's still a really, really crazy card right there for Rolfo. There's some other really good ones in here. Jonsdottir Cascarino with 99 pace, and also Salma Parluelo. You've got a Guerrero card that looks really good in the midfield. Irene Paredes looks usable for a center back. This Gwyn card as well. She got, of course, a lot of press for being one of the least favorite cards during Team of the Year because we were all so tired of packing Team of the Year honorable mentions Gwyn. But this card actually looks really good with 96 defending, 94 pass, dribble, and pace. And again, Germany are one of the favorites to win this tournament as well. They should go pretty far. She's got decent playstyle pluses, specifically the jockey, the intercept, and the rapid. As a right back and a left back with a 5-star weak foot, that looks like a really good card there. So obviously you can see these prices are fluctuating. These cards are going to be great to trade with. I wouldn't say I would start investing in them right now. I actually lost a good chunk of coins yesterday on Guderitem, making some quick flips on her. We did make some other coins On some other cards from the women's PTG team, we bought a Paredes literally 2 minutes after she was released in packs for 330, sold her for 600, bought this for 350, and bought this for 500, sold it for 365. But these cards are going to be great to trade with all weekend because they're a bit more rare in the market than others, and they are live, and there's going to be people wanting to invest in some of them, specifically the Spanish players, the French players, and, there's another team coming out. So I know you might be like, Nate, where's the English players? There's going to be more of those players coming out too. There's a team too. So we'll be continuing to watch those. So those are the women's PTG cards that are in packs. But let's also cover the Shapeshifters Team 3. And yeah, man, when you take a look at these cards, these are some great cards for some low prices. 88,000 coins for the center attacking mid, Ollie Watkins. You need better passing here. Like, maybe it's actually better to use him on the wing with 97 pace and 97 shooting. He's got good play styles. Definitely some okay playstyle pluses there too. Amad Diallo was extinct at 150k yesterday. Then he got listed all the way back down. This is a card that I think would rise a little bit today. I actually picked one up like an hour or two ago at 88,000 coins on bid, just to see if he could rise up a little bit. That's what I would expect today on Saturdays, to see some of these cards have a little bit of a rise up. Pretty much typical movements for brand new promo cards on a Saturday. Then, of course, you would see them drop as we head into the content drop. So if you want to get on some stuff early, if you're watching this video soon after it comes out, there could be some good movements there and some good trades. But then you'd probably want to sell at least a couple hours before the content drop time, just to not risk anything with these, as they should continue to get supplied from weekend league rewards and then drop a little bit. One thing I do want to point out too is with the heroes and icons from yesterday, Yaya Toure, like that seems pretty cheap. I know Hazard has 99 pace and he's 1.6 mil, but Yaya was like with 900k. He's back to 1.2 from his release yesterday. And for the icons, Eusebio, EA did Eusebio dirty. Stoichkov looks good and fun, but Eusebio has been done dirty. They didn't give him a 5-star skill move boost. EA, 98 Eusebio, no 5-star skills with those stats. Crazy. So those are, of course, all the big cards that we are chasing in packs right now. The cards that just left packs, GG's. If you bought any of the Team 2 cards, we were kind of talking about it over the last couple of days. How much is Rodri? Oh my goodness, what is happening to Rodri's price right now? Rodri's 2.2 mil. Guys, he was 1.7 yesterday. Team 2 has flown. Puteus is up 200,000 coins. Saka's up 50k per card. Even Lautaro and Isak, Teo Hernandez and Valverde are going up in price as well. Some of the other heroes, like you saw Hazard, there was 1.6. He's gone up in value. Cruyff, Dino 6.1. Dino was 5.6 mil. Yesterday as well. Charlton was like 115, now he's 135. So those cards have gone up really, really nice. But once again, I just wouldn't hold on to them for that long. Even the cards from Team 1 that have risen pretty nice, I would still be very careful with these, because we're getting closer and closer to footies. It's the summertime, end game time, where, a lot of the untradeable stuff, as it continues to get better and better through EVOs and SBCs. I know we've been lacking in that regard in the game, but there's going to be a huge focus on that for sure. And once we do start getting bigger and better SBCs, that's just going to cook the market even more. I'm just doing a quick little trade here once again with my favorite guy, Neymar. It was leaked yesterday. I guess since we're mentioning Neymar, we'll talk about this now, that the Brazilian League and Liga MX are going to have major teams, not all teams, but major teams from both leagues returning in FC26. So you think about Monterrey for Ramos, you think about Santos for Neymar. Obviously, EA would want to get the rights for those clubs to put them in the game. So if this is going to be true, and it probably is going to be, based off of how accurate these leaks seem so far, Neymar will be back in FC26, so you'll have the potential to Evo him there again. But I sold this card for 3.4 million yesterday, bought him for 275, just bought him for 276 again, hoping to sell for 3.4 to 3.5, as people are wanting to Evo Neymar, and it's probably not going to get any special cards through the end of FC25, since they don't have any new rights for that now. Those were for what's upcoming in FC26. Now, let's talk about what's making the news. Actually, guys, we found this out minutes after content yesterday. EA made a mistake in the menus. It was actually here in the objective tab. It's not here as an in-game message anymore, but this is what it said. It said that UEFA Women's Euro Path to Glory, the new daily sprint leagues are here. When I hear daily sprint leagues, I think of something right away. Daily tournaments. Remember the daily knockout tournaments, or back even in like FIFA 14, 15, 16, the silver, the gold, the bronze tournaments, even kind of the daily tournament aspect that was there, more of a friendly mode type of thing. We've seen EA do a lot of the leagues and the cups this year. Well, it looks like they're doing something along those lines, but it's daily with these sprint leagues, which I think is a very interesting way to word like daily tournaments. What makes it daily? It says here that you're going to race to the finish line and celebrate the UEFA Women's Euro Tournament with a new daily sprint league objectives and rewards, including Playstyle Plus and Positional Evolution. So we know the word league, right? We had the Ultimate Tots League. We've had some other leagues before where it's like you have 20 games and you have to get a certain number of wins, or like 36 games and you have to get 24 wins to get all the rewards. Are they basically going to do the exact same thing as they've done before for the other leagues, but just make it like you have a daily number of games? Let's say you have to play 5 friendly games per day. Is it going to be that? And then you have to kind of chip away at getting an objective done with as many wins as you can possibly get in a limited number of games. Is that what it's going to be? Or is it going to be a separate tournament each day? Like, I don't think it's going to be a separate tournament each day with the way that this is worded. Daily sprint leagues, I don't know. The rewards also is a whole nother conversation with this, because it doesn't say anything about players. It doesn't say anything about packs. All it says is Playstyle Plus and Positional Evolutions, which I definitely do not have a problem with, because we love the Playstyle Plus Evos. They have been incredible so far during Shapeshifters. The potential with Evos with them has been insane. But if it's going to be a small amount of games, okay, maybe the rewards aren't going to be that insane. But what this really kind of shows is that EA is starting to test. They do this all the time during the summers, right? They're starting to test, how do we as the community respond to this sort of content? Of course, it all depends on how good the content is itself, but this is kind of what it sounds like is going to be happening during FC26. We've already talked about these leaks, about live tournaments and events, more competitive ones, also some more friendly ones as it's been leaked, potential qualification situations, and then the rewards will probably differ depending on how competitive or not competitive that it's going to be. So this feels like exactly what it sounds like. An FC26 feature being tested in FC25, and potentially fun. Like, if there's interesting requirements with this, that's the one thing that I've enjoyed about like the Evo Elites League that we had. You had to use the full Evo team, and sure, a lot of people had some very similar cards with that, but like it was semi-unique because everybody makes different evolution cards to some extent, so that was kind of cool. So that's the one thing I would really say to watch out for, is since it's based around the women's Euros, maybe they would require you to use a PTG player. There's not a whole lot of them out. Of course, there's only one SBC, one objective, and a few cards in packs. If they were to do that, I would absolutely expect some of these to go up in price if the rewards are decent. But that's a big thing that I'm wondering about right now is it going to be like the DKT of old? When I think of the daily tournaments, of course, this is what you go back to. Look at these requirements, by the way. This is FIFA 17. Max 8 gold players in your starting 11 and subs for the DKT tournament. Like, bring back some of those restrictions, even when it's kind of annoying. I think we found that is kind of fun as well back in the day. So I'm hopeful that that could be maybe a nice surprise to bring some added spice to this week of Shapeshifters with the PTG stuff going on. We'll just have to see how it actually pans out. But let me know in the comments how you guys feel about the daily tournament stuff and that Shapeshifters, or what do they call it again? The sprint leagues coming back. Let me know what you guys think about that. Now, one other loading screen in here in game that was kind of a leak yesterday was on the SBC section, because I saw this in the menus right after content, and I was like, wait a second, we didn't get Baresi today. They leaked the Baresi card. That's his exact card that's going to be coming as an SBC, I would guess, either today or tomorrow. That's another thing, right? When are those sprint leagues going to be coming out? I'd have to imagine it's going to be over the weekend, this weekend. That's when most of the main content's been dropping. We've had the other leagues released on Sundays or Mondays as well. So either today or tomorrow, probably for the leagues, and same thing for Baresi. So he's not out yet, but he is going to be coming out, and that looks like it'll be his official card there. Now, let's get straight to the chase as well. What's happening today on Saturday? What can we expect? Well, first thing is the 1 of 10 historical player pick goes away. Again, remember, this replaced the 1 of 15 regular promo card player pick. Are we going to get something else, a player pick that is going to do the same sort of thing today? Are we going to get multiple player picks? Are we going to get something even better? I think the dream right now for a promo card player pick, I know we just had the Tots one, but the dream, the absolute dream would be a player pick that would guarantee us a 1 of 4 or a 1 of 5 from any of the Road to the Final or the Nations League winner cards, like the Portuguese cards that we got, the Spurs, the Chelsea, the Women's Arsenal, and the PSG men's teams. Those teams that we got, like if we had a player pick between those, I know some of them are only 3 play style pluses, but that would be super dope because those cards seem rare, they seem unique, and they have some just extra passion baked in because they won a tournament or they won something to get those cards. That would be the dream, but it's probably not going to happen based off of how those have been. All I'll say is watch out because we'll be really curious to see what grindable player pick hopefully replaces this one today. Also, one of our favorite packs to grind each and every day, the 84 times 10 upgrade SBC, is expiring. The question is, will it come back more than 5 times repeatable? We're at that stage of the summer now where EA dropped the 84 times 10, and then some weeks they'll up the number of times we can do it. Sometimes they've gone from like 3 to 4 to 5 to 7 to 10. Will they keep it at 5? Will they take it to 10? Probably not 10. I would be shocked if they did that. I'm guessing they're going to keep it at 5, or will they completely release a different SBC? I hope they don't. Please keep the 84 times 10 here. Same requirements and everything. At least 5 times a day. If they want to up it, that would be great. But the 84 times 10 has given us a lot of great fodder and the ability to do a lot of exchanges. Even if it's just 85 and 86 exchanges, I've packed some promo cards from these two. Not very many, but some fodder. And, I really hope those come back personally. So that's one thing to watch out for as a part of content today too. The last thing will be player SBC. Of course, we've talked about Baresi. He was leaked in game. If it's not Baresi today, then it's probably going to be Gundogan because he's leaked as an SBC / objective as well. That's his official card as we looked at in yesterday's video. I want to pull up one more tweet as well because ASY Foot Trader also posted a list of other PTG cards coming as SBCs and objectives. Charles, the English left back. Obviously, we already had the Spitz card. We have Dabritz and Olga, which I guess is a Finnish player for Spurs. Did not know that. But those are some of the SBC cards that we have leaked for PTG. So could have 2 player SBCs today. Could just be 1. Watch out for that. And then, of course, evolutions, as they've been lagging behind. Like, certainly we get another one today because we almost always get Evos every single day of the weekend. So be watching out for that because that's an everyday thing on the weekends. And then since it's Saturday, you guys know, always getting the Flash Rush event too. Probably get something related to that today. I was just playing Rush to get my 94 times 5 pack ready to go and opened. Last thing before I open this pack. Sorry, I'm going to stall just for a quick second more. We already have the whole team 2 leaked for the Euros PTG team. Now, this team 1 is going to be in packs for an entire week. So it's not like these cards are going to drop and we're going to have 2 PTG teams at once. We're going to have 1 team of PTGs for a week, and then PTG team 2 is going to come out this next Friday, which this next Friday is kind of a big question mark. Is it going to be a re-release of Shapeshifters? Is there going to be a team 4? I'm really not sure what's going to be going on there. We're going to be a little curious about that until we get some leaks later on in the week. But this team, too, actually looks decent, too. You've got Guiharo in there. You've got Stanway for England. Obviously, that's going to be a very hype card. Katoto, Hemp, Hegerberg, Payor is getting another card there. Leo Williamson getting a card. Savava getting a card. So some interesting cards there coming out for the Women's Euros PTG team number 2. Let's hit the packs. Shapeshifter team 3 guaranteed. I'm chasing Christian Pulisic, man. Yesterday, my best pull was the goalkeeper, Peter Crouch, and I used him in champs. We got 7 wins. We did a quick little bit of a speed run. It was kind of fun to do that. I did not get good rewards. And man, I keep packing this Women's Liga F card, and I keep packing Ayos Perez. I'm tired of seeing those cards, man. They are literally everywhere. But I did pack Peter Crouch. He was my best card from opening all of the 175k player picks in the store, and he was something. He was something. A lot of people are comparing him and Konate as like insane keepers right now. Personally, I've used Konate a good bit. I think Konate is better. Peter Crouch had some really sus animations, but with all his passing playstyles, he was pretty good playing the ball out of the back. Of course, you would expect that with all the passing play styles that he has. Now, let's see if we hit big here. 94 times 5, Ultimate Tots, Shapeshifters pack. I was just thinking, actually, I don't think I've seen any icons from this. You see a lot of team of the seasons in the tunnel. Let's see who we get. That's definitely Sam's. Could it be the shapeshifter, though? It could. It could be the shapeshifter or it could be the center back. Please be the center back. Okay, that's fine. Or, I mean, the Tots. Oh, of course, it's Trinity Rodman, who we just packed from the Tots player pick. Now, having 2 team of the seasons in this is actually not a bad thing because it could mean we have a high-rated shapeshifter in behind. Do we have a high-rated shapeshifter? No. We have Sams, Hoffman, Rodman, Trent, and Schlotterbeck. Okay, that's basically what you normally get from these. So, GG's EA. That's the video for me today, guys. If you did enjoy it, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. Good luck if you guys are chasing some champs rewards today, chasing some profits, or just going to do a little bit of grinding on a Saturday in Ultimate Team. If you enjoyed the video, I already said that. Never mind. Have a great Saturday, guys. Love you guys. I'm out. Peace.